Okay. Okay, so real quick recap.
Fuck!
Okay, never mind. We're just gonna get right
Alright,
into it.
hold on. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, I'll plug since you're Audi 5000. Alright, guys. Welcome to another good round of Battle Arena. For, what is it, June? May, June 10th. Your hosts, of course, Asdrish and Badger Senpai Pliss are here, joined with you. And, you know, we had some news, and I guess I could talk about it since this is going to be in the actual... This is now going to be in the YouTube channel, but so real quick news recap. We do have an email address. That email address is battlearena@TrinityForcePodcast.com. Please email us after the cast, but only pertaining to Battle Arena because we still want you guys to email at feedback@TrinityForcePodcast.
Yep.
So that you still send mail to Pone and the rest of the crew, those guys over there. You know, Battle Arena, that's really more of a, hey, you know, what's going on? I should have done this. I should have done this. Should I have done this? Quote unquote, you know, kind of deal. So, yeah, send email our way for that. On top of that, we are now going to be doing a new player Battle Arena type deal
Where
not Battle Arena, a new player discussion for newer players, and I mean new. Like, you're not even 30 and you don't know what's going on in the game. So if you have any friends that are just new to the game and you want them to get better, have them join us at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be going live here at the Chief Force Podcast Twitch TV about that as well. And that's going to be directed towards new players learning the game. Everything from champion rotation, talking about the champions that are free this week, to
GTSM rotations,
to basic mechanics like what is an AD carry, what is a jungler, etc., etc. All of those things. So if you have new friends that are beginning to play the game, send them our way on Mondays. And then the usual stuff. You want to plug the rest of it?
I kind of missed what you talked about at the beginning.
I just talked about the news that was recent.
Did you talk Bronze Boot Camp?
No, I did not talk about Bronze
Okay,
Boot
I will
Camp.
talk Bronze Boot Camp, man. Bronze... Man, I sounded so southern there for a second. That was really weird. Bronze Boot Camp is a thing that actually I've been working on with Pone and Zero Vampire, and we've been talking about it, and we're going to do a special Battle Arena on Saturday afternoons at noon Eastern Time to help players that are in Bronze for a couple hours. We'll probably play from like noon to 2 Eastern Time, then spend an hour talking about the games, getting feedback to players, and then we're all gonna, then you can get in a group on a TeamSpeak. I believe we're gonna use Spork's TeamSpeak, shout out to Spork. And we're just gonna
or my Mumble,
and we're
if you
gonna
want.
watch NALCS and talk about map rotations and what they're doing and how you can implicate that sometimes into your games. Like, this is a good build because of this reason, or if you have questions as to why something's going on during the game, we'll be there to answer your questions for you. What's Battle Arena? What? Battle Arena is 5v5 cast games streamed to the Trinity Force Podcast website or the Twitch channel, and we critique your play while giving a nice amount of play-by-play and more analysis than usual. I think it might be me with the white noise, honestly.
No, I think it's... Huh. That's weird. How about I do this? There. Is that better at all? I don't know.
I don't know.
I shouldn't have any white noise. I don't know what's going on.
Yep. And actually, you want to talk about picks and bans right now? Because I want to talk about picks and bans right now.
Maybe we should.
Because I see a Scion ban.
Yeah, that's really weird. Maybe it's just
That
a
was
joke.
really weird. I hope not, because that's a really bad joke. Or it's a misclick.
It might have been a misclick. It's possible that it was a misclick.
I don't know. Let's see what's around Scion. Singe, Sivir, Shyvana. Could have been a misclick.
Apparently the Scion ban was a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is it bad? I don't know.
What bad?
Like, I'm looking at
Oh, your winners.
I'm looking at OBS right now, and I'm not. It doesn't say that I'm getting too much feedback, but it's a little bit. I don't know.
I can hear it now.
You can?
I'm getting a little bit. Yeah.
I could restart the stream, but I don't know what good that'll do. Because I can't change audio settings while streaming. If I can implement a noise gate, but I guess I could try that. Does that do anything? No, the noise gate doesn't go active until you restart the stream either.
Yeah. It's going. Okay, whatever. Just we'll deal with it.
That's weird. All right, sorry guys.
Um.
Who wants special attention?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who wants to be watched? I do see a Nidalee that's running Ignite, and Spork, you need to pick your champion. He's gonna play top lane Hecarim. Either that, or he's gonna play Lee Sin, and that's gonna be Lee Sin out of the jungle. But I don't think.
There's Lee Sin in a jungle, it looks like.
So, I figure I should just give some background information behind the Hecarim pick. There was a player, I'm trying to remember which team he played for. They didn't, that for OGN qualifiers, that he was a top lane Hecarim player, and he actually pulled it out in the final game. So, he pulled it out, and his team actually lost, but people brought up the thing of, oh, does top lane Hecarim work? And we learned that it doesn't. So I want to see if Sport can pull it off, but I don't like the pick at all. But I would actually watch the bottom lane, because Lucian Thresh versus Varus Braum, that's an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Both are strong lanes early game.
Santana, Champagne, Aurora, Dragon, and Beether all want attention. They want to get focused. But you wanna go ahead and do the plugs? I feel like we need to cut down on the length of the plug, because that is
it takes forever.
2 minutes of just plugging. I think we should just plug the podcast and then leave it at that.
Yeah, just plug podcasts. That's fine. I actually closed it out of the Google Doc because I'm good like that. No, I can't remember where it was. Oh, there it is. So we're just gonna I guess we're just gonna talk about the 3 podcasts. The first one, there's 3 in the Trinity Force Network. 3, joke. I think I've said this about 1,000 times.
Well, it's 4 now. Battle Arena is its own entity. It's taken on its own entity.
Technically, it's not a podcast.
That's
but,
true. Hey, we go live. I don't know.
Oz doesn't go live, and there's still a podcast.
That's true.
So, fuck your logic. First one I'd like to talk about is T-Force Proper. It is the main podcast of the network. And they go live on Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern or 5 p.m. Pacific time, and they will take viewer questions. They'll have guests on. They're a great group of guys. They love talking about the game. Second one is LCS Rundown. Actually, I should probably mention hosts too. T-Force Proper is Ponophobia to Claude, Dom, who's back from his sabbatical after like 1 week, and Shira. Sorry, Days Untold, where'd you go? I missed you so. She was supposed to come on, but there's some stuff that come up. If you listen to 168 or whatever the last one, I think it's 168, you'll hear it. Second one is LCS Rundown. It's your host, Mont McGorum, with Optimus Tom, Greg Russo, and Serial Box, and they talk about the NA and EU LCS, and they'll dip into foreign scenes a little bit, and they usually talk about their fantasy LCS stuff that they're doing, so it's fun. And then there's Oslo with Carrot Colossus and crew. Did I say LCS Rundown goes live Sunday at 9
Yeah,
Eastern?
you did. You just
Okay,
did.
I'm going crazy. They go live after LCS ends. And then Oslo doesn't go live, but they are on our website at www.trinityforcepodcast.com, and that's Carrot Colossus and crew. All right, looking at both these teams right now. Who wins this game?
Purple team.
That's okay. I was just about to say, I was hoping you would say that.
Purple. Yeah, purple team is more CC. So, and I always give it to.
Is really good. I like it because they can actually just pick off one person and then fight. Between Fizz and Lee Sin, they have plenty of engage and disengage, which is nice. Meanwhile, the blue team has an interesting combination with the Mundo and Diana, with a Nidalee and Lucian for sieging turrets, with Diana, who doesn't siege turrets very well at all, and Mundo, who's just... I don't know, he can split push, but Hecarim can cancel his TP, and Mundo cannot cancel the Hecarim TP. So... yeah, Oz is Clerical Error and Best Beauty. I just say Carrot Colossus and crew because it's fun. There's so many C's. And what else was I gonna mention? I want to say something else. Oh, I wanted to talk about Fizz versus Nidalee because if both these champions, if they're equal skill, Fizz is just gonna destroy this game. Let's all be honest for a second, stupid lawnmower.
Yeah, I agree.
Fizz is just gonna be able to take care, clean, clip. I don't want to. I carry Colossus and crew. It's just fun, and I've been saying that for 9 weeks now. So. Nice!
Awesome.
Yeah, listen to LCS Rundown there. I actually have to work on the weekends, so I listen to them
Yeah.
on Sunday nights and get my fix of
LCS.
LCS action. It's a good time. Very good time.
All right, we're about to go in. Where's my phone? I just had it. There it is.
I downloaded the ZLAF, and it's now my text message ringtone on my phone.
Everyone knows my text message ringtone, I'm pretty sure.
Well, mine used to be the treasure chest opening from Ocarina of Time, and then I'm like, okay, well that's long and it's getting really old, so...
Mine,
The ZLAF is mine now.
mine's Navi saying, hey, hey, look. Awesome. Pretty high, Rud. I don't know if that's how you say it, Rud, but Rud, it's pretty high.
You could actually probably play after
yeah,
this
you
game.
can play in this next game if you wanted to.
We're gonna do two games, and
I
probably QA.
Yeah, I'll do a QA and then I gotta head out because I'm going to a friend's house. But guys,
I just want to watch Smash.
we wanna make this a bigger thing, like Battle Arena to be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you're new and you aren't fully aware of what Battle Arena is, it is bronze to gold. We put you against 5v5 and no competition or no communication, and you just
Yeah, no voice comms.
and you
Please
just learn.
don't.
You just learn, and that's it. You just learn how to play the game. You learn how
We
to play.
prefer you guys not to
play
use
better.
comms. I know Spork and Zach B, when they do theirs, they like to focus on like teamwork and synergy and
Synergy.
well, trademark CLG 2014.
And that's fine. And kind of a little bit of a spoiler, but we have something kind of sort of in the works pertaining to teams, like team-based orientated battle arena. So we're gonna get that rolling soon. It
Don't
is
say too much. just
but
remember
that's it. It's just a teaser, guys. We're gonna try and be covering every
Consider
aspect.
it an announcement of an announcement.
Yeah. Although we're not fully sure what's going on, so we do maybe see a purple invade, but
I don't know why they
No.
would.
it doesn't look like they are.
Other than Braum Q,
Oh,
I guess that is strong enough. Lucian keeps tagging people with Qs.
So, again, the Braum, the Fizz, and the Lee all wanted some attention. And we'll be giving direct attention. We'll be watching everybody, but special attention towards those three.
Braum, as long as you just land your Q and you know where to throw your shield up, he's a pretty easy champion to play. So, it's just all about the lane harass with Braum. If he can go in and... Because he can actually activate his Targons off of his Q, so he can last hit minions that way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's actually pretty strong. Diana getting a strong leash from the Mundo here.
Yeah, that's good. Diana kind of needs a strong leash. Did
I don't
she?
like Diana jungle though.
I love Diana jungle. That's awesome.
I don't know. I think Diana mid is just better in general. I mean, pre-6 she just sucks, but after that she can control a 1v1 scenario very well. And I actually played Diana in one of the battle arenas early on in its existence. And
Good stun.
yeah. Lucian, or the power of Braum, though. They're going to trade a little bit back and forth.
Uh-oh.
Lucian's going to flash forward and he's going to pick up the first blood. And Braum is actually going to go down for a double kill at level 1, 2. Thresh Lucian.
Yeah.
Which just proves that the wife steal lane is the strongest lane in the game right now.
Yeah, it's really strong. You don't want to fight. First off, fighting a Lucian, 1v, like fighting a Lucian early is just really
Oh yeah, not a
bad
good
idea. With Varus especially, and pretty much anyone.
Varus hits like a nice spike. It has a nice little power spike hit too. Once
Yeah.
he can get his W.
Yeah. So you gotta.
And then
be
again at
careful.
6, so... But then his next one's probably when you actually get your
Ult.
first item. No, I said 6 is one of them. Like a
Oh,
Bloodthirster.
Yeah, Bloodthirster is huge. The second you get Bloodthirster and you start to roll with it, that's a huge power spike.
Because your Q hits hard. Oh, Santana Champagne actually comes into Shapizzle's jungle. And he doesn't have his E on Diana yet, so he's going to chase him out a little bit. Fizz is going to meet up with him, and all is going to be well in the... Oh, Nilly's getting jumped on. Nice
Good
little
land.
damage. He
Nice
gets down to
damage
about
burst.
200 health, forces the flash out.
Yeah, that was a really good
Santana
force.
Champagne almost good. He could have turned that. That would have been impressive.
Yeah, that was a really good force on that,
Yeah.
on the flash there.
Mm-hmm.
Good
pretty
ward
good.
calling out. That's actually a really good ward. People really underestimate that kind of ward coverage because it's really safe to put it there, but like it calls out. Like
Yeah.
it shows a lot. You know, it can
It's like
reveal
a
whole
ward
lot.
you would put down against like an Evelyn, which is nice.
Or even an Elise.
Varus gets hooked in the bottom lane. We're gonna see Stand Behind Me comes out.
Nice stand
Or
behind me
Unbreakable.
too. Oh, yeah,
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
They got 3 of the 4 of the stacks down to stun the Thresh, but they didn't quite finish it. Because, oh, nice play comes out. And he's gonna cut a little bit. Stand Behind Me comes onto the Varus. He still has his heal up, but Thresh is gonna get super low off this, and they're just both gonna back off for a little bit.
Yeah. Nice
Meanwhile, we
hooks
see
laying
Diana
down.
pinging mid lane. This is a horrible idea to gank pre-6 is Diana because you have no gap closer, and quite frankly, you don't bring any damage to a gank. And especially in a Nidalee lane,
Yeah.
you don't want to gank pre-6 because she does no damage early game. You have to wait for Cougar.
It's a waste of time.
Yep. It is actually a waste of time if you gank
yeah.
in Nidalee lane.
It's an even bigger waste of time if you don't have someone that can't gap close or
Yep.
CC. Like Lee Sin ganking in Italy lane.
Lee Sid's coming
could be
down to the
okay,
bottom
but-
lane though, and
Ooh, Flash does
Flash
land the
Sonic
Q.
Wave, he's gonna get it, and he's gonna get the slowdown. He's at 100 health.
Oh,
They're
so
one
close.
more auto, and Braun's gonna flash and finish off the kill. Nice work by the Lee Sin to come in and
Yeah.
get a return kill going for this bottom lane.
After so much was blown, that was a good flash to finish up that kill, Dragon. Like, normally flashing for a kill like that wouldn't be good, but because it was one auto and your Lee Sin and so much was already used to get that kill,
Hey, Beather. Beather's one of the ones I wanted attention or wanted some
Yes.
advice, right?
The Fizz, yeah.
If you go in on the Nidalee, keep following up on it.
Yes.
Don't just like hit her once and keep going because if you activate your dot and you keep going with it, it
Yeah.
has grievous wounds, so she's gonna have lower healing. Oh, nice steal from Santana Champagne though, and he's gonna
Good
get the
slow.
slow. Nilly doesn't have any mana to throw spears. That's a good invade. This is actually really smart by him to pressure it a little bit. Oh, he's gonna come in on it more. Fizz.
Fizz is here.
Fizz is
Nice
gonna come
shark.
in. He throws the fish down and it's gonna land on the Nidalee. She has heal, but she's gonna go down to the dot of the Fizz. Here comes
Good
Thresh
lantern.
though, and he's gonna throw a lantern. This is a 4v3 situation against a team that is weak right now, and actually the hook's gonna land onto the Braum, and they're gonna put some damage down. Unbreakable's gonna come out, and he's just gonna walk away. But
Yeah.
they've actually walked up too far, and Diana's in trouble. Aurora Dragon, why did you
No.
exhaust the... Why are you exhausting the support? I've
Yeah.
seen that so much, and actually, he's gonna get taken down right now. If he would have turned onto the Diana...
Don't
That
exhaust
probably
the
would've been
support.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys,
don't exhaust the support. You should have saved it for when Lucian came over,
Yeah.
at least.
For those, you are aware that now exhaust lowers attack damage more than anything now. So
Yeah.
you save that for someone like the Lucian or even the Diana to lower her attack speed so she can't continue or run away. So don't use that don't ever use that kind of a spell on a support. But back to what you were saying about Beether and Fizz. It's
Play aggressive.
yeah,
Nidalee
it's-
you were going against a pre-6 Nidalee. She's actually... Governor Ian,
catch.
I'm gonna hate on your Nidalee build for a second. You want a Chalice against a Fizz.
you want a Chalice in general.
Yeah, Chalice
Unless
is
you're
so
against,
strong.
unless you're against someone
Grail.
that, yeah. Well, unless you're against like a Zed or something, then
Yeah, so
maybe
also
you
wanna
can
build
argue
tier
Arm
too.
Guard or Tier. But honestly, if you're against any AP, you're the whole point of Nidalee is to throw spears left and
Yeah.
right and drop traps to stop any sort of ganks. So. But along with Fizz going in, you know your combo already. So you press your W, you Q in if they have some sort of ability to like CC you, you E away before they can.
Yeah.
Or you save
Just
it
go
to
ahead
do
and trade a
bit
little
more
bit of damage down and
Yeah.
then E out.
Which is good. But take that one step further when you're facing someone that has low power like in Italy. Follow up and keep going. Push her to her tower. As soon as you see that tower shot coming down, E away, because you won't take that tower shot.
Also, max E on Fizz. Don't max Q.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what the matchup is. You can argue
E
maxing.
is better wave clear.
Yeah, better
Also-
wave clear. You can actually even argue maxing W for specific trades if you know like
The-
it's just difficult.
It's just 1 point and it's alright.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do more burst damage off... Because you get more burst off E after off an E max into Q than you would like a QWE like he's going right now.
Well, the thing with Q is maxing Q is a lot more damage up front to the champion, and that doesn't require you to E onto somebody to do more damage, which is why Q is always a good build. But take that one step further, W is also really good because of that bonus burst damage and the damage that you get
It's
to
just
minions.
the dot is actually really good on
yeah,
him.
it's really good. So people
You can
max
make a case
E
for anything, but
people
just
max
personal
E for
preference.
people max E for the cooldown, not for that well, some for the bonus damage, but a lot for the cooldown too.
Level 9, you can clear an entire wave.
Yeah,
you just
you
E
can.
on top of it. If
Yeah.
you have Sheen and like a little bit of extra AP on top of that, you can actually clear an entire wave once he gets to the front. After you let the melee minions take some damage, it will it'll clear the wave if you
Oh.
place it right.
I like how often the Lee Sin is in the Diana's jungle.
I mean, if you play a champion that's as weak pre-6 as Diana is, and even then, once jungle Diana's not as strong as lane Diana would be because she has to build And we see a pause come out.
So Nidalee, I just saw you heal after you had grievous wounds on you. That's one of those things that's like a waste of mana. So if you have like Fizz's dot on you, save, like just don't heal, just wait. Like it doesn't even matter. Like just wait until it's off, and you'll get that bonus, like that extra health, because grievous wounds isn't on you.
Where are they paused?
Do you see it? It really just depends on the matchup. Honestly, I tend to max W and E over anything else. Q is really good for champions that you can burst down really quick. So like a Vel'Koz is really good to max it. Against a LeBlanc, it's really good to max Q. Anyone that you can like do a lot of damage to up front initially, and they have no sort of like heal or really mitigation, like no shield or anything like that. It's really.
That could have been a kill for Fizz.
It possibly could have, yeah.
Now
it's
he's
a kill.
dead. No, that's a kill.
See, and so we talk about blowing summoners when you know you're gonna die. That was one of those times where you should have known you were gonna die, and you just wasted 2 summoners for that. Nice flash kick.
Yep, and Mundo's gonna get super low in the bot lane, but he's gonna walk away because he's Mundo and he does what he pleases. I just don't like this Nidalee build. I tier into Sork shoes. You have to, if you're going against an AP mage, let alone an AP assassin like Fizz, you have to get Grail. That is actually the only. You go Grail into probably, you can get a Zhonya's after you finish your Grail.
Yeah.
Like, second item Zhonya's would be good to negate the fish.
Nidalee,
Oh
11:45. We're gonna call it. This lane is gonna turn really bad for you really quickly because Fizz just got that kill, and that's gonna be he's gonna be putting down damage
and he's
that you
actually
can't
going to be able to
handle.
go in on this at any time that he wants to and go aggressive. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, just a little bit of trading going down. Nothing's really been happening in the last couple minutes down there. Items, Hecarim, kind of off the wall. He's going Spirit Visage Frozen Fist, I assume. Which isn't bad.
Good gank.
Up in the mid lane, though.
In the bot lane, we do see a pretty heavy turret
down,
gank.
and Diana's going to go super low, but Lucian is going to get stunned to turret, and he's taking turret aggro, and he might go down here. Fisher comes out, and he's going to get the pick up. Diana picks up 2 kills. Is she going to be able to duel Santana Champagne? Thresh is going to get the CC. Lee Sin's going to get the kick, and he's going to land us. Oh, he's going to get this cripple, but it's going to be 2 for 2. 2 kills going to each of the junglers, actually. That's advantage for blue team, because Diana can carry a game harder than... Oh, yep, they got the turret, too. So that was definitely advantage for blue team. They're going to... Because Diana can carry a game harder than Lee Sin can. Because she scales so well. Diana scales well into the late game.
She can, but if the Lee Sin is good, that's a lot of CC
good, like,
and
towards the mid game. Depends on how he takes advantage of it. Fizz is gonna go low. He has the fish.
And he has the Ignite coming up in approximately half a minute.
About 60 seconds.
Yeah.
If that. And we're actually gonna see Nidalee's playing a little aggro. This doesn't have any consumables. He's also got 1900 gold, and he should have backed by this point.
Yeah, I agree.
He should have. Tier on Nidalee. Yeah, tier on Nidalee is. Oh man, that spear. He's got to get out of there. And Spork in the top lane is going to get ganked, and he is going to get the Crescent Strike into the Lunar Rush onto him. And is he going to land the Moonfall? No, he's not. And but he's going to go into turret for this. Oh, a nice ulti by the. Oh, that was questionable. But the fish comes out. No spear lands in the mid lane. They tried to gank the Nidalee. Nidalee ends up turning it onto them, and they're both below 200 health. And 3 people have to go back. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, just a little trading going on.
Yeah.
Standard stuff. Fizz is playing with fire right now.
Yeah, Fizz, you need to get out of there, bro.
Fizz, you should have backed like 2 minutes ago.
The second that you back and you buy, I'm hoping you're going to get like...
That's like a Lichbane and Wards and Pots.
I wouldn't get Lichbane, but I would definitely look to getting...
Lichbane is like the key item on Fizz.
Yeah,
Lichbane,
but so
DFG.
Early with no AP is debatable.
Yeah, but still, the on-hit is so good. And he picks up Sorks.
I thought he might, honestly.
There's no MR. Mundo
I'm
has
okay with that.
Berk Treads. That's the only MR on the team. It's so much better. It would have been much better to build. You don't need you don't need Sork shoes yet. You need to when you analyze your builds, you need to look at what the other team has. Because if you would have, I'm just gonna say this off the bat. He could have finished off Lichbane, and he would do more damage than the fact that he just finished his Sork shoes against. I mean, yes, he's gonna be doing pretty much almost true damage, but the on hit on Q is just really the Lichbane procs are strong. Also, I just noticed Mundo has 1 point in his infected cleaver at 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not what you do. You go Q W E on Mundo.
Is he maxing masochism?
Analyze.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to analyze. I said analyze. Fuck you, Saki. Little trading going on the mid lane.
The reason I like Sork Treads early is mobility.
You don't need a mobility on a champion that has 2 gap closers.
So I mean, well, and he can dodge spears for days. Now he doesn't have to use an ability to dodge spears. I don't know.
Just has to stand behind minions if he wants to do that. Nidalee has no reliable wave clear unless she gets in Cougar form, and if she does that, Fizz can trade. Yeah, QEW is good on Mundo. It's just preference.
I like E. I max E and then go Q.
I kind of do Q just because you do, or W because you do more.
Depends on what's going on. If he was pushed
Yeah.
in the lane, so masochism was definitely really good to choose because it helped him last hit. But you can argue both ways between Q and like if you're trading underneath their turret, you want Q. But if you're being pushed onto your turret, you go E.
Okay, yes, the on hit on Q's Fizz's Q is why you max E over Q. No, at this point he's level 11. He's gonna have 3 points in Q. That's plenty. And then, I mean, he's 2 levels away from having 5 points in it automatically, and E does more damage.
He does more
E
damage, but every Fizz player I know, and as someone that I played a lot of Fizz in Season 3, you save E for disengages and or wave clear when you know that the lane is empty, but only when the lane is empty.
Oh, and here we go. See the fish come down in the mid lane. He's gonna have the ignite and the dot down on him, but it's not gonna be enough. He pops heal.
Actually, that heal saved his life.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it wasn't enough, because he popped heal.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see a 3-man gank in the mid lane. Thresh. Oh, he tried to Mad Life it. He tried to get the W. Oh, Flash. He's gonna kick the Thresh
Nice
onto the turret, into the Chain of Corruption, and that's a great thing. But Lucian's gonna pick up the kill with the calling, and here comes Spork and Go Killian from the side. Diana's actually gonna laugh. The BM is strong with this one.
I love Diana's laugh because it's so like, huh.
Ha! Yeah, it's like Zed laugh. That's why I love those 2 champions. We do not need background
I
tunes.
don't want to do background tunes because I can't monetize the video, so no more background music from now on.
We can't do that and copyrights and
Putting
shit
onto
like that.
YouTube, then copyrights issues when I try and monetize it, and this is just money for T-Force as soon as I monetize it, so.
Yeah, if we can get this shit monetized.
Yeah.
And he's actually... Nidalee is building a Morellonomicon right now. Oh my god.
So-
I have words for him. They're not nice. I'll just save them for later on.
We'll talk to you, Governor, about it, but
Governor, after this, whenever you can, add me in game. Badger Senpai, please. All one word. And we're gonna talk about this because this is not how you play Nidalee, especially against a team that has 0. Oh, but at least it's gonna be cut out a little bit. Fizz gets a little bit of damage taken down onto him. Thresh makes the hook. Lee Sin's gonna land the kick. Governor Ian, can you land that one last spear? Wide left. But he's gonna continue chasing. They're gonna clear a ward. Just add me afterwards because Grail is what you do. Just Grail is just Grail is actually the strongest item in the game
Yeah.
for AP mages who have mana sustain, and it's gotten to the point where Riot has to nerf it.
It's
Oh, and here comes Sporky from the side with the teleport.
you can honestly say that Grail is one of the best items for
Oh,
mages.
Varus is gonna get caught and he's gonna land right under the trap, but here comes the Chain of Corruption.
Good
into
turn.
The Stampede, whatever the heck it's called, the Onslaught of Shadows, that's what it's called, and Varus is gonna pick up a double kill.
So the reason why Grail is so good for the mid lane is you get everything you want as a mid
Yeah.
laner. Everything
You
from
use-
cooldown reduction
it's
to
the most
MR
gold efficient- besides
to
Death
mana
Trap, it's
regen.
one of the most gold efficient items.
You get so much out of Chalice and then Athene's that it's like it's not even funny.
Athene's is just ridiculously strong.
There's literally no reason why you shouldn't be buying it. And
Yep.
the reason that Fizz isn't buying it is because he's 3-0. And he's gotten blue the last 2 times, so he doesn't
Well, I mean,
need the
Lichbane
cooldown
into
reduction.
Deathfire Grasp
Yeah,
or Zonia's is just a great build path for Fizz. And they're going to trade Dragon for Turret, which is actually a good trade for the blue team. Because structures don't respawn.
Yeah.
At one point, there's some teams that neglected to do dragons back in like season 2. I know CLG was one of them. But there was some teams that would just say, screw dragons. We're gonna go for turrets because that creates map pressure. You can get deep rewards down, and you can rotate and grab picks. Especially if you're running a pick comp, you never want to go do dragon. You just want to push down. You want to get turrets so that you get deep wards in the jungle and take your pick comp to an advantage, and then get more objectives off of it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what the purple team is doing right now. So, but I mean,
Yeah, they
it's
have a
solo
pretty
queue
good-
mentality. There's no voice comms. There's really probably no shot caller for either one of these teams right now. And actually, an Executioner's Calling comes out onto the Hecarim. I honestly do not like that purchase.
I think it's good, but not on Heck. I actually
I mean,
really...
it's a good purchase against a Mundo, but
It's a
when you're
good purchase
playing-
against a Mundo Nidalee, the fucking Lucian.
Yeah, but true. I guess
It's a good purchase against all 3 of those people. Debatably, it's a good purchase against any of them because you don't know who Nidalee's actually going to heal.
Yeah, true.
So,
Thresh is gonna get caught, but he's not gonna get Winter's Bited, and they're actually gonna pull the Diana in, and the Chain of Sharpening is gonna come out and come land under the Thresh. Fish misses the hook, but the Glacial Fisher is gonna come out and hit nothing. Actually hits 1. Lucian's gonna go get exhausted, and Thresh is probably gonna die for this. Oh, Nidalee heal, one more person. Oh, he gets the heal from Lucian, but Braum's in a bad spot right now. They're gonna trade supports. Fizz is actually gonna get out of there alive, and
So
blue team's gonna be able to 5-minute start. Oh, but they're gonna dive under the kick from
Nice
Lee Sin.
kick.
Nice disengage kick from Lee
yeah,
Sin.
very nice
They
disengage.
were gonna
kick.
engage onto the Hecarim a little bit, but
That was really good.
what was I saying? Didn't remember.
Executioner's calling.
Executioner's calling. I mean, yeah, it's good against a team that's gonna dive, but I don't know. I guess
I don't know how I like it
diving
on. I don't know
needs
how.
more tankiness.
Yeah, I don't know how I like it on the Hecarim, but I like it on somebody.
Yeah, I don't like it because he's gonna be diving hard and he needs to have tank stats.
Yeah, maybe it's difficult to say. I guess Hecarim
Yeah.
would actually be the best pick.
We'll just have to see and
Yeah.
see this game out, and
I can't tell you how many times that buying an Executioner's Calling has actually won me the game, though. Like, I bought it on a Malphite and ended up winning because that Grievous Wounds is awesome.
yeah, it's pretty stupid. Actually, Thresh is maxing Hook this game over Flay. He went 5-3-1. So I imagine he's gonna max his shield second. Instead of Flay into Lantern into Hook. Interesting.
I actually, sometimes I max
Mooney, you're gonna
Lantern.
get caught. A little bit. No, you're not. Never mind. At this point, you want to talk about builds again? 'Cause it looks like the Fiendish Codex convinces me that either Fizz is gonna go Deathfire Grasp, or he's gonna build really weird and go into Morello Nomicon like the Nidalee did.
I don't think he's going to go Morello. I think
That's
he's going to
what I
go
thought.
DFG. everything about Fizz screams assassin. Like, he is an assassin. It says he's an
He
assassin.
actually is an assassin.
So when you build DFG, that just furthers
Oh,
your
he's gonna get caught up in
assassination
the jungle a little
potential.
bit, and here comes the onslaught of shadows, and there's going to be a nice kick into a nice chain of corruption, but Diana's going to go down to Braum, actually, and Kargan is going to get low, but he's going to be able to survive out of this unless he runs right into Mundo. Good
Really-
pick
Yeah.
from the
Really good
purple
pick.
team. Play into their comps advantages and pick up 2 kills, and maybe get a middle turret off of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same reason why LeBlanc builds a DFG. Like, that burst assassination potential is just so big.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, don't listen to Pone.
Yeah.
We...
Eventually, I'm gonna get the Twitter handle account information, so Badger or I will be tweeting it via Trinity Force Podcast
Well, we'll do.
Twitter. But as of right now, either look at my Twitter or look at Badger's Twitter if you
and we'll
reliable.
Badger's a
But at the same time,
Twitter.
Pone usually is on ball with it. So
He's usually on ball with it. He just messed up the one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All's well, though. Trinity Force Bloodthirster Lucian by 26 minutes. Ferris is going standard 80 carry instead of the Legolas build. I like the Legolas build.
I like Kargan's build, so that's what I would
Oh.
build.
There's not a... I mean, it just hits for shit tons of damage. But,
Well, he
like I
gets
said earlier, you have to analyze your opponent's builds, and there's really no... There's no really no armor. And purple team's actually gonna lose their turret, but they're gonna get a kill onto the thresh for it. That's worth and a half for blue team.
Yeah, and now you just sent your entire team to the bot lane, where Mundo can easily just push up to turret because he's been maxing masochism the entire time. So this could potentially be
Nilly Spears lands. He's gonna flash it out,
Spork.
but you can't catch. You're not gonna catch a Nidalee,
oh, he
especially
actually
if you're a Hecarim. And purple team's actually gonna get a dragon off of this unless Diana can come in for the steal. This
good
is so
shoot.
low. They're gonna be able to come from the side.
Oh
and
my
get
goodness,
the
good
impression to Come
flash.
out, and the Nidalee is way too far overextended. Snipe goes onto the Santana Champagne, and he's one hit from dead. But the kick comes out, and the fish lands onto the Diana, and she's gonna go down. And the Onslaught of Shadows comes
No
out.
way.
And he goes to the back line. Biz is gonna back off a little bit. and
No
then-
way!
Biz
No
is gonna come from
way!
the back. He's gonna pick up 1 kill. How did they manage to? Okay, but Kargan's gonna go down. Double kill for
Oh
Lucian.
my
Good
goodness! How I don't understand how Aurora Dragon and Beether lived through that entire thing. Like,
That is a good question.
Braum was at, I swear to God, 10 health for
Long
a
time.
good 20
Yep, 'cause Braum's
seconds,
OP.
and then he drops his
Blue team needs
shield.
to shout out, "What are you doing, Lucian and Nidalee? Why are you going bottom? That mid turret, though, should have helped the Thresh. They were all below
Yeah, but look at that
10%
clear.
HP. I don't know. Lucian especially, he would have been able to push down that turret fairly easily.
Yeah, Lucian is one of the best pushing champions next to
I'd
Caitlyn.
say second best pushing champion in the game. 80 carry wise.
Yeah.
Second best at pushing turrets
Well-
and getting down on turrets. Because if we would have to go best pushing champions for 80 carries, I'd say Sever's number 1, but she can't get into turret range because her range is so low.
I think that, okay, Sivir is definitely one of the best pushing champions, but best
Oh,
turret
he's
taking
saying,
champions.
he's saying you're in a bad spot until your
Or
fist
is
comes
he?
in.
Oh,
Oh,
misses
but the Chum of
fish.
the Waters misses for somehow. Diana's got nice spear onto the fizz.
You don't wanna
though.
be
He's
here
gonna
no more,
have help,
Fizz.
and
You're
Lucian's
eased
gonna come
down.
low. He's gonna kick the Thresh away, but the Braum's gonna come in. Kargan's gonna get exhausted. Glacial Fissure comes out and lands on the 2. Here comes Sport from the side and the Onslaught of Shadows. Where is Onslaught of Shadows? Chain of Corruption comes out. Double kill for the Sport, for the Hecarim. But Go Gillian is on the backside, and here comes the Lucian too. He's gonna throw out the calling, and he's gonna pick up the kill. He's gonna get the dash reset. He's gonna get hit by a Winter's Bite. He is gonna get stunned right here, and he's most likely gonna go down.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Is he gonna go down? Here comes the Mundo from the side, and here comes the Onslaught of Shadows. Spork, are you gonna go down? No, you're not. 4 for 2 for purple team. They're just taking this advantage that they have and shoving it further than blue team thought they would be at this point.
Yeah, they're doing really well.
Yeah, Jinx is the best at shoving down turrets because she gets
It's
attack speed
Tristana.
Yeah, Tristana's pretty good. but you have to wait so long for her to ramp
Yeah,
up.
Tristana takes a minute, but by the time that she's getting ramped up, which is right about like now at 25 minutes, that's when
Yeah,
that's
around
when
30
turrets are
minutes.
starting to get killed anyway. So
Yeah.
it's easy to say
I mean,
that
best for shoving
early.
turrets for Jinx is still really good because she has range amplification and she's super strong.
Yeah.
We actually see Lucian going for. He sold his double. Oh, okay, there we go. I was wondering, he was starting to build towards eye edge, but then he dropped it and picked up.
That's
Last
the
Whisperer. That's a good item
That's
build.
the perfect Lucian build right there.
That
right
is
now,
actually
too.
a really good Lucian build.
That's exactly what you want to go
Yeah.
against this. I
Yeah, I mean,
said,
against
like
this,
like I
because
said, I'm not a
as you
huge
can
Trinity
see,
Force fan on
Hecarim's
Lucian, but
building. Hecarim, he doesn't know it at this point, but Hecarim's now building towards a Frozen Heart. I mean, it's going to cut down the Lucian attack speed, but his passive is still going to be really strong. And then you have like a Locket coming out on the Lee Sin, Deathfire Grasp out on the Fizz, like we were saying, and actually they're going to have double Frozen Heart between Hecarim and Braum.
so what's going to be big right now is if Fizz can get onto the Lucian, it's going to be game. If
Fizz needs to just jump onto Lucian.
yeah, if Fizz,
Between Fizz and Hecarim,
so Fizz, what you need to be analyzing right now is because you're an assassin, the biggest threat needs to be your top priority. Right now, that's Lucian. And with your solo kill power, your ability to just blow someone up, that means saving all cooldowns, not being in the fight until that Lucian shows himself, and then you blow him up.
yep. A little dancing around the mid lane coming out from both teams. It's gonna give Thresh is gonna give Lee Sin one lash on the back. Say go on with your day, son. Nothing to see here.
I think they're trying
Purple
to not.
team's-
Purple team's trying not to fight until they can finish up their
Purple team also has
their Frozen
good
Hearts.
good control over Baron.
Yeah.
Are they gonna be able? Oh, Nidalee, there's a pink ward in the bush. Clear it. There you go. No.
So,
yeah.
a good habit to have when you're walking past bushes like that, press A and then move. Don't just right-click move. Because when you press A and then move, the split second that your champion sees that, it will automatically turn to shoot it, and you'll get the
Purple
warning.
team's
being
shoving
like,
this
"Hey."
bottom lane. Blue team is gonna effectively. They're just gonna be base racing at this point. They're gonna get one out. They're gonna get the turret, but Mundo's gonna come down and try and interrupt them.
Yeah, and
He's gonna be
Cardigan's
able to hold
backing
this
as well.
turret. This is a great job by the Mundo to hold him off. He's gonna pop his ulti. Blue team's gonna win this push. Purple team needed to back off right away because they're gonna get an inhibitor off of this, and possibly they can look to turn towards the Baron. But the Chain of Corruption comes out from the Varus, and Sport's gonna back him off a little bit. Thresh is gonna zone. Blue team, if I were you, I would be rushing Baron hard right now.
Either that was
Mundo
not
is
the
gonna
fight
go for
you
the
wanted.
Fizz. One more cleaver. Can you land it? No, he cannot. He's gonna just back off.
Is that within range? Can he see that?
Did you see it?
Barely out of range.
Barely
Oh
out.
my goodness.
That happens, man. That happens.
That was close. That was really well played by the purple team. And a good job by the
Oh,
Mundo.
Diana, you're gonna be in a bad spot here in a second. You're gonna face check into.
Bye-bye.
Here comes the Hecarim into the Lee Sin. He's gonna get his flash.
Oh!
Flash!
Oh.
He tried to flash kick him. Santana Champagne, if your reactions are quick enough, you can actually start the kick and flash over him. And it'll hold him in place for 0.25 seconds, and it's a dirty Lee Sin play. Like, it's super dirty if you can manage to pull that off. Guardian's gonna steal the blue buff away from the Nidalee. Actually, Spork's gonna pick
You know, talking about that, I saw Lee Sin do a kick in midair after using his Q going somewhere else, doing that exact same thing. But rather than with Flash, he used his Q. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
it's so cool.
I about cried. I was like,
The Lee
I
Sin
don't know what
plays are actually
happened.
pretty good.
so,
They're gonna clear out the pit. They're gonna clear out that ward. There's a pit. There's a ward in the pit,
uh-huh.
and actually they're gonna sweep it and they're gonna
The
find it.
second that Mundo
That
finishes
bot
up,
lane is shoving really good, shoving in
Really
blue team's favor.
the
In about 90 seconds, that's gonna get to turret. Or
This-
actually, since the cannon died off, it'll be about 1:45. That and supers are shoving the mid lane. This is a free Baron for the blue team. But they did not clear all the vision out, so This is gonna be risk. This is kind of risky. Culling's gonna come out. Baron's down to a couple hundred HP.
Oh, steal!
Fizz steals Baron with the Chum the Waters, and the Thresh is gonna go down. This is the Dignitas. Oh, Flashing Sauce comes out onto the Nidalee. He's gonna be one hit from dead. Is it gonna be enough? No, it's not. Purple team picks up the Baron and 2 kills, but they're gonna lose a turret off of this. Maybe no minion. Oh, Cannon Minion Wave saves it. Well played. Wow,
That was a really good steal.
that was that.
Actually, that was a fail smite on Diana's part.
Fail smite from Diana, and then he picks it up with the Chum the Waters.
Yeah.
That was incredible. And Diana's gonna get jumped on a little bit.
Good flash.
With the flash chain of corruption, he's gonna get super low. 1 hit more, and they're gonna finish him off. Lucian's gonna come in though and clean this fight. Gonna put some damage down in this fight a little bit. Kargan
He's about to have Culling
back
up.
off with his team.
Yeah. So that was intense right there. That was a really good steal.
That was a great sequence of events. Just when you thought blue team had the momentum and the objective control to get back into this game, purple team barely. That was just sheer luck. Sheer luck.
Yeah.
But I mean, between the Chum the Waters damage and the Lee Sin actually coming over, about to Q execute and smite, that was dangerous.
Yeah, that was close. It was really,
They didn't
really
have
risky.
vision control of the pit, was the thing.
Yeah. It's tough. And Culling was used a little early too.
Yeah, he definitely used the Culling. He tried to burn down the Baron with Culling.
Which is good. You should do that because it does bonus damage to minions. But that being said, you used it a little too early.
Dragon's up. I do not know if there's going to be a fight for this, but there's 4 members of the purple team at the top lane. Diana could probably go solo that fairly easily, but she's just going to take her red buff. At this point, you should just save it for when Lucian can come down and grab it. Because Diana with red buff is not really...
Yeah.
Not a big fan.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, Diana's gonna jump onto him, but he did not get the alt reset because he did not land his Q. Lisa's gonna come over, they're gonna blow up the Nidalee. She's gonna flash out of it, and the Doubt's not gonna come through, and then he's gonna get the heal out, and the Thresh is gonna get kicked into their team. And Thresh gets picked off, but Lee Sin goes down in the process. Diana's gonna get stunned up, and he's gonna go down. Double kill for Kargan. Mundo is standing on the Grievous Wounds from Varus. One more auto attack. Gator's gonna... Gator, Glacier, Great... Graffer's gonna... Block's gonna go down. And they're gonna get the stun onto the Mundo, and that's gonna be a 4-for-1 fight for the purple team, and I foresee this game ending here in a couple minutes.
Yeah. I think it's pretty much over at this point.
Yep.
So tips and stuff. So first thing, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Don't buy Ruby Sightstone on a support. It's a waste of money. In fact, it's a significant waste of money because it doesn't give you any extra, like, you don't get to throw down an extra ward. So you just spent 400 plus 800, almost 1200
Okay,
gold.
how much? Actually, I think it's... If you're going for health, it's gold efficient.
It can be gold efficient, but
It's 600.
not
It's
enough.
850 for Kindle Gem, and you get 250 Kindle Gems. I mean, you get cooldown reduction. That and you get free wards. It's super cost effective because the earlier you can get a Sightstone.
Sightstone, yes. Ruby Sightstone, no.
It's
Regular Sightstone, yes. You should try
it's
and
just,
get
if
that
you
as
want
fast as
health,
you can.
Ruby Sightstone.
I still think that it's not nearly as effective
The
as
free
getting
source of
something
health.
else.
Yeah.
And you
But-
can get something better. But Ruby just Sightstone in general just doesn't.
I don't know. I'm a fan of it.
There's other things that you can buy that I think are significantly better. Like, I don't know, you're in the middle of the fight, so how about a
Yeah. Days Untold has my back on this. Ruby Sightstone's great against some team comp, especially Fizz's and Nidalee's. Because you have more wards and you can spend more time. You have more vision. Like, oh man, instead of having 4 wards, you have a 5th one, and that you don't have to go back as often. Yeah, if you find
for that
yourself on
one ward? I really don't think so. I've never, and when I play support, I've never thought that.
Because you don't ward as a support.
That's so not true. I ward all. I start with the Ruby Crystal and instant rush my Sightstone.
I'm kidding, dude. It's a joke.
I think that honestly, anything like I can't even talk right now. But if you want to like Sunfire would be good instead of the Ruby Sightstone if you want the health.
Never mind.
Randuin's.
Sunfire.
Sunfire on Leona is amazing. Don't even.
Well, on Leona. Oh, Fizz. Actually, Nidalee just disappeared, and this is the final
Deleted.
fight.
Thanks for playing.
This is the end of the game, I can just tell. Double kill for Fizz. Kargan's actually... Chowie! Getting flashbacks of Season 3
Don't
Southeast
chase.
Asian Regionals.
Don't chase.
Sport's just gonna pick up the kill. He's just gonna zone him out. Purple team's gonna push down the base. Yeah. And, I mean, if you've got vision, that's fine to have Ruby. I imagine this game's over with since Aurora Dragon and everybody's talking. Yeah, it's probably over.
Mm-hmm.
But all I had was, oh man, you just blocked your super off with that TP, Spark. Alright, that was well played by the purple team.
Yeah. I just,
Yeah.
like, I can see the appeal to Ruby Sightstone for specific comps, but in general, it's just not the best pickup because it's not gold efficient. Because it doesn't give you an extra ward to put, I mean, it gives you an extra ward to put down, but it doesn't allow you to pick up 4. And it's 1 ward and a little bit of health. Like, it's really not that
I like
big of
Ruby
a...
Sightstone.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I don't think it's very good. But, whatever. That's okay.
Alright, I'll make the next lobby.
Okay, so real quick, going over some
Actually,
advice.
what was the Nidalee? I want to take a look at
His
the
name was
Nidalee's.
Governor Ian.
I'm going to add him right now, and we're going to have a nice chat. Yeah, we'll upload the VOD. Yeah. Days Untold. I like her already. She's... Yeah, that moment when you're like, well, how many times... Okay. How many times have you... This is a question to you. How many times have you been out there and you wanted to go drop a ward, but you didn't have one in your inventory?
As a support?
Yeah.
Never.
Man, you're playing...
I'm sorry, it's true. As a person, as a player,
Do you go back every, 5 minutes?
as a player, yes. As like, if I'm mid, I'm like, shit, I don't want to face check this, but I kind of have to, because blah. But I can't, honestly, as a support, I can't tell you how many times where I've just been like, should I put this ward here? No, it's not really needed, let me save it for something else. And then you realize, oh my goodness, I just saved a ward and I didn't put it in a stupid spot. Like, oh, I'm sitting in bottom lane. I'm gonna put that ward in my bush on my side on bottom lane. That's a waste of a ward. And if you had Ruby Sightstone, you could be like, oh yeah, it's not a waste of ward because I have an extra one. But if you're putting it in that bush for no reason, then it's no reason. Like, it's a waste of a ward. So just don't waste your wards and you'll be fine. You get 4 wards. I don't know. Like, that's plenty of wards. It's a lot of wards. At Spork, you're actually backing me up for once, and this is funny, and I think it's weird, but and he's in agreement with me. It's like, if you don't waste wards, you'll have wards.
Yeah, but who wastes wards, dude? It's not a waste if you have... Yeah, whatever.
You can waste wards. That's so not true.